Guys, back again with another MotoVlog for you. Today we're talking about Harley and Westinghouse versus the FTC. So about a month ago, the FTC issued an order to Harley Davidson and Westinghouse that they needed to remove illegal language in their warranty and stop fighting consumers' right to repair. So they needed to change the language to clarify that in their warranty, that if you don't use Harley parts and you don't use a dealer, you're not going to lose your warranty. In fact, when I bought this very road glide, they made me sign a paper saying that I knew this. I knew that I would violate my warranty. This is the dealer. That I would violate my warranty if I installed non-Harley parts and took it to a non-Harley dealer. So the FTC passed this by a 5-0 margin. They did this because they stated that they wanted to make an example out of Harley Davidson and Westinghouse for the illegal terms and the right to repair. I am not pro-government per se. I'm not anti-government. I'm not anarchist. Government exists for a reason. They do a lot of overstepping, in my opinion, but that's a political discussion that we're not really going to get into here. But things like what the FTC did today, that's a perfect example of what government is here for. It's for checks and balances. So that company couldn't continue to do these anti-consumer things, like, you know, we have the Magnuson-Moss Act. So I think it's pretty awesome that the FTC stepped in and did this. So let's talk right to repair a little bit. So right to repair didn't really gain a ton of traction until recently. I think, in my opinion, it kind of started with the cell phone issue, where you had people like Apple purposely writing code so that third-party repairs and third-party parts would not function in their device, that you had to take it to Apple. That is anti-consumer and so much more. But in regards to right to repair, in 2012, Massachusetts issued a law that said if you want to sell autos in our state, that you will provide repair and diagnostic tools to end consumers. That was a heck of a blow to these companies that refuse to support right to repair for consumers. So we all know that Harley Davidson got their throat punched in by the EPA in regards to modifications that were not EPA compliant. My favorite part of this is that with the FTC and what they just said, they pretty much put Harley in their place, as well, less so, but as well with the EPA. As far as I'm concerned, the EPA oversteps a ton. I'm not anti-saving the planet. I think we need to do that. I think they just take it too far. With Harley getting throat punched by the EPA, they went so far as to, like, in 2018, they kind of, it wasn't publicized, but if you notice, in 2018, they did kind of a public campaign with a lot of YouTubers, where, say for instance, Mr. Sandoval, they modified his bike for him. He made a video stating, look, this is what you need to do. If you want to keep your warranty, you get Harley Davidson parts installed by a Harley Davidson dealer. And obviously, it wasn't put out there that that's what that was. That would have kind of been a bad press deal for him, in my opinion. But that's obviously what they were doing. By the way, I'll link everything that I've done for research for this in the description. You can find the articles that I found and stuff like that. You know, right now I am one of a handful, at least that I could find, of Harley Davidson based YouTube channels that are even talking about this. You know, the silence on talking against Harley or whoever, Indian, whatever, speaks volumes, doesn't it? In my opinion, it does. I don't understand. Are you afraid to not get invited on that trip out to Santa Barbara? Are you afraid of not getting a free bike ever again? I mean, to me, it's more important to be honest with your viewers, and if you want to be like, oh, this isn't in my scope, I get it, but you're a Harley Davidson based channel. This should be on your topic list as far as I'm concerned. You will never hear from me that I'm going to avoid this topic because I might lose future fare with Harley. I don't care. If Harley wants to invite me something, I'm not going to be nice to them just because they invited me to their event. That's not how things work. Harley, we are hard on you because we love you. We want you to give us the best product possible. I don't want to spend $30,000 on something that is at the bottom of the rung. I want to tell you that I love Harley Davidson. I do. I love this bike. I love just about every Harley I've ridden, but I do not approve of some of their business practices. You know, I want to give thanks. I watched a few videos of people that were criticizing Harley. I want to say thank you to those channels that are willing to and have the balls to stand up to Harley, even though they ride a Harley Davidson. It's more important to criticize these companies so they make us a better product. If you're just going to be a yes man and not criticize them, I don't get it. Why? Overall, guys, I'm not surprised about any of this. The writing's been on the forum for years with people complaints about this, people fighting. It's a known issue that there's a transfer problem with the M8s from the transmission to the primary. Yet you make us fight for weeks, months at a time to get this approved through you. Why? That's ridiculous. If I tell you there's a transfer problem and I can show you that there's less fluid in the transmission and more in the primary, fix it. I shouldn't have to fight you to get you to fix my bike. By the way, I put in a fat rod from M3. I didn't have an issue with transfer. It was preventative. Things like sumping too. Why do I have to fight you to prove that the bike is sumping? If there's an issue, fix it, Harley. Fix it. I don't care if I have a tuner on there. That problem lies solely with your design, not with a tuner. So you're trying to avoid my warranty because I have a tuner on it? Because of your poor engineering? Yeah, go to hell. Go to hell. You know, guys, I've let this get me worked up a little bit and kind of went off on a tangent here. A little bit further than I wanted to go. I didn't want to be quite such a dick to Harley Davidson, but it is what it is. If they don't want to let me ever ride their bikes at a thing, who cares? I don't care. To me, it's more about integrity than trying to earn favor with Harley Davidson.